So I want to be clear that the description of this item talks about the need for representation of the city in a congressional inquiry before the U.S. Committee on Government and Reform. And what we know is that the mayor is being asked to go and testify in D.C. in defense of the policies of this city, which were adopted by both the executive and legislative branches of Denver. When the city adopted a comprehensive set of immigration policies in 2016 and 2017, which was under the leadership of now Councilmember Torres and others, we also created a Denver Immigrant Legal Services Fund. And we as a city did that because of the just life-altering impact of immigration proceedings on people who live here and who have often come here as asylum seekers from really horrifying conditions under the general protections of international and U.S. law that say that countries have to take people in those circumstances. So as of now, immigrants are 10 times more likely to succeed in their case in immigration court when they have representation, but 80% of those who are in detention in proceedings who are detained in the GEO Group facility in Aurora are unrepresented. There are also 77,000 pending cases in the federal immigration court here in downtown Denver, most of whom, to my understanding, are people who are not in detention. Most of those people also don't have attorneys. We are tied for last place in the nation as a state in the percentage of people who have legal representation in immigration court at 14%. So I'm really proud that we fund the Denver Immigrant Legal Services Fund at about $750,000 per year. We have another round of that funding that will go out to a multitude of local legal nonprofits in September. It's supplemented by private fundraising, but I also want to be clear that we haven't come anywhere close to meeting the need, and that we can expect the need for legal representation to increase if the federal government insists on detaining people who are here to claim asylum. I am looking at whether we need to increase that budgeted number in 2025 beyond what was budgeted, given the nature of this emergency, given the likelihood of increases in detentions and efforts to deport people who are asylum seekers, really for reasons that are at their heart similar to why we're approving this legal bill for this DC law firm today, which is that we're going to continue to defend our entirely legal local policies, not to do the dirty work of deportation for the federal government, and not to ignore the overarching international human rights law that says that when people are fleeing really abysmal circumstances, they have a right to claim asylum.